I suppose it's a sign you have a good job when people ask how you got it. For a lot of us, the answer is pure dumb luck, just being in the right place at the right time. But I didn't need luck, because I had Ginny Kowalski. I grew up just a half hour from car and driver headquarters. I'd always read and loved this magazine, but it never occurred to me that writing here was a real job that real people had. And then, during my senior year of high school, Mrs. Kowalski, a counselor with my school's technical education department, got me an internship here. At the time, C/D did not regularly take interns. Nobody could remember the last one they'd had. Years later, the staffers who had supervised the internship told me that they agreed to take me on mostly so that Mrs. Kowalski would stop calling and leave them alone. They stuck me in the office library with the task to create a searchable database of the books the magazine has been accumulating since it was founded as Sports Cars Illustrated in 1955. A room full of books about cars in the office of my favorite car magazine. I was in heaven. I was supposed to flip through each book to determine how it might be useful as reference material, punch a few relevant keywords into a spreadsheet, and move on. I ended up doing a lot of, well, reading. On my very first day, I was lost in a book when someone I hadn't met yet knocked on the door. It was the cleaning guy. He was done for the day and everyone else had gone home, so he wondered if I knew how to lock up. I hadn't realized it was dark outside. At the end of my first week, I met with Mrs. Kowalski to discuss the internship. I was predictably stoked. Well, she said, if you ever become a writer for them, I want to write in a VIP. I've driven a handful of VIPs since then. There was the copper 2008 coupe that I drove to an alumni day at my alma mater, spinning donuts in the parking lot immediately upon arrival to prove to my classmates that I'd made it, and B, I was still the same idiot they probably didn't remember. There was the lime green 2008 Roadster from which, as I was leaving a parking lot in downtown Ann Arbor, I heard the Chevy Silverado driver behind me yell, well, that's an expensive looking piece of shit. More tire smoke might have followed. There was a red 2014 I drove to a Ford Model T driving lesson during which there was most certainly not tire smoke, thereby driving in a single afternoon one of the best selling vehicles in history, and one of the worst, although it's unlikely I will ever again get out of one car and into another with 32 times as much power.